Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 7:30. You're tuned into Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is the Daily News Review program of the morning show. And I'm glad to be sharing this morning with you. Thank God it is Monday. We always do thank God it's Friday and then just go, oh, it's Monday, Monday blues. But I started the tradition of saying thank God it's Monday about, I think, maybe this month, but thank God it's Monday because at least you have a job. A lot of people want to have a job. At least you have somewhere to go to if you've been someone who's been looking for a job for a very long time. And then now you have a job, please be grateful. Does that mean that will show you, oh, the job that I prayed to God for, and I was just like, waiting with this. But thank God it's Monday. It's another day, another week to open yourself up for opportunities, another week, another month to prove yourself to yourself, not to anybody, oh please. That you can do it and that you've got all it takes. This week has great opportunities for us, so hopefully we get to unfold them and take the ones that are for me. I want the one that's for me. I beg at the final opportunity. Anyway, this morning we have quite a few things to talk about, but we're going to first of all run through the headlines for this morning. Oh, Nigeria's issues stresses me out, but we're here. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. So we're gonna be doing that this morning. I just realized I didn't say my name. Good morning. My name is Fumi Banga, and I'm your host this morning. Let's get into it before we get our analyst to join us this morning. Starting off with the Punch newspaper, we have NNPC and UPRC fear financial squeeze after Tinubu's order. Next up in the Punch newspaper, we have rigging. INEC Rex risk 2-year jail term. Okay. In the Guardian newspaper, we have Nigeria's public debt hits 153.29 trillion naira in Q3 2025. I thought we've been paying off our debt. I thought so. ICPC team storms Zamfara to track federal government constituency projects. Okay. The fear of ICPC is the beginning of what? Yeah, you get it. This day, Tinubu successful conduct of Saturday's polls in FCT Rivers Kano has strengthened democratic culture institutions. We're going to be talking about that this morning. So, yeah, stick around. 4 suspected kidnappers arrested as 3 toddlers got a bag. 18 adults rescued in Katsina. Moving on to the Daily Trust this morning, we have FCT polls. FCT poll, beg your pardon, democracy under siege. Tinubu's tight grip is suffocating, says Atiku. Teenage herders killed in fresh plateau attack. Lord have mercy. In the Vanguard newspaper, we have raw materials export soars despite push for local processing. I mean, something that we got to look into, to be honest. We have to look into it. If we have the facility, especially if we have the facility for it, why not? Why do we have to export what can be processed or produced locally? We export it and then we have to import it back at outrageous prices. Come on. That's the problem. That's why we are where we are with fuel, really. NDLEA nabs fake pregnancy drug trafficker, arrests real estate CEO. Okay, moving on to the premium times, we have NAFDAC uncovers, beg your pardon, 3 billion naira cachet of banned fake cosmetics in Lagos warehouse. Ha. Special reports how gas flaring turns Akwa Ibom's oil communities into a furnace. Next up, we have the Nation newspaper weekend. Poll outcome has shown ruling party real opposition. I have so many thoughts about Wiki and what happened in FCT, but I'm just going to hold my peace until our analyst joins us this morning. 15% voter turnout as improvement on previous poll, says INEC. In the cable newspaper, we have Fayemi Plateau mining site where 37 died was shot during my tenure in 2017. Next up in the cable newspaper, we have EFCC arrests 20 for vote buying, recovers 17 million naira during FCT council election. But me, I want to know where that 17 million naira is going. All this money that we used to find, and our debt is 159 trillion, and we've not used the money to offset our debts. Come on, make it make sense. Next up in the Daily Post, we have Boko Haram attack on Adamawa military camp, kills 3 soldiers, civilian woman. May their souls rest in peace. NAFDAC alerts public on tampered SMA gold infant milk. God, actually, I beg. After baby falls sick in Kaduna. Moving on to the Tribune newspaper, we have most terrorists killing Nigerians are foreigners, says the federal government. Let's not do this, please. Do not toy with the intelligence of Nigerians. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Police warn against night grazing as bandits tax Kebbi community 100 million naira in new threat letter. Finally, in the dailies this morning, we have pen pushing Obasanjo marks 89th birthday with free medical outreach in Lagos. See, this morning we have Ogun Movement Boys support Iyabo Obasanjo's governorship aspiration. Those are the headlines this morning. You're gonna do well to get you a copy. Or better still read online, but then you already know that over here we shall be dwelling and delving into the issues that have caught our eye this morning with our analyst. Has our analyst joined us yet? Let me check. We are expecting our analyst this morning to join us. But before we do that, how are you this morning? Once again, hope you're fine. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing great. I have so many questions to ask our analyst this morning, so just waiting on him to join us. Okay. Um, I'm gonna start off with the beg your pardon. This day newspaper. Hi, Emmanuel. Good morning.
Hello for me. Good morning. How are you doing
Hi,
this?
Emmanuel.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
How
Hi,
are
can
you
you hear
this
me?
morning? I can hear you. Hope you're
Oh,
well.
good. Yep, I'm very well. Thank you. How about you? Hope you're good.
I'm good. How was your weekend?
It was a peaceful and restful one. So we just have to thank God for that. I,
I am so happy for you.
yeah, but I think it's needed sometimes. Just have peace and have rest of mind, and then so that you can reboot and recalibrate for
Emmanuel, that's the
the new week.
first time in a long time that you said that you've said your weekend was restful. I'm so happy for you. I'm actually genuinely happy for you.
I know. Thank you, and I'm so happy that I had a restful weekend myself.
Oh, I'm
I'm
so
so
happy
happy
for you.
that
I look at that. I'm still thinking. When I see you after the show, I'll be like, "You rested, okay? Okay." Me, did I have a restful weekend? Not necessarily. I had to go to my kids' school on Saturday for PTA and open day, and that took like a huge chunk of my weekend. But I will say that I'm so proud of my children. Um, I was so glad to hear their reports and to see their reports after the test. I was so yeah, I'm doing a great job. With my son, though, I cannot claim any glory with my son doing well. I would say that's between my daughter and their school because I carried last. Everything that they said he's doing was surprising to me. I was like, oh wow, okay, he can do that. Okay, so I'm going to try. I've promised them that from when they resume from the half term, God will help us. Speaking of half term, sending hugs to every single parent whose kids are half term. I cannot imagine what's going on, but just take it in, and put things in. Take it in. Okay, Imana, before we get into the headlines this morning, I want to ask you a question about something that I read off the headlines this morning. It says most terrorist killing. This was from the Tribune newspaper. I actually did see this in the headlines, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. But I want to ask you: do you think that most terrorists killing Nigerians are foreigners? That's what the federal government is saying. I don't mess with our intelligence.
Well, should I go into that area to debate that with the federal government? If they say most terrorists killing Nigerians are foreigners, my question is that how did these terrorists make their way into our society, make
Yeah.
their way into our country, and they establish a stronghold in the country? And not only that, they are killing people in border communities. See, if terrorists are killing people in border communities, I would have said, oh, they sneak in and out. But as far as traveling down to the north central region, and don't forget what happened at the Oyo National Park the other day. So how do terrorists have the topography, the terrain of our country at the back of their palms and move freely? Well, they are foreigners and they are locals. If you go to the north eastern part of the country or northwestern part of the country, they are foreigners. That's why a certain sheikh would say that they should stop killing their brothers, that they should negotiate with them. If I don't know you, I will not say they should stop killing you. So I think the way federal government shift goalposts up and down, I think it's actually a very bad one. It's not something that is really, really nice. And I think they should just take the bull by the horn. They should face what they are doing and get the job done. If you are saying terrorists are in the country and they are foreigners, I asked the basic question: how did foreigners make their way into a society? And we are dealing with them. Failure by the government, failure to secure our borders. Who are those in charge of securing the border? We have a security agency that has a budget to secure border. We have a security agency that has a budget to ensure that those who are coming into the country are filtered. We have a security agency responsible for protecting the borderline in the country. So when they tell me that they are foreigners, I think it's just you amplifying your failure and trying to look for an excuse. And that is just the irony. So if they are foreigners, we know. Go and look at the history of Lakurawa. Is it Lakurawa? Yeah. How they came into the country. Who brought them in? So these are questions we need to ask. When federal government says, oh, they are foreigners, who brought them in the first place? Who invited some of them in the first place? Who invited some of them as militias or as vigilante group in the first place? So these are things we need to look at. So are they foreigners? I've not met one.
Okay.
But the truth is, you see, based on the way certain part of the country is and those who border us, you see families in other part of the country, in the country and also in Nigeria. So I don't want to use the word we use for flower. I say they cross-pollinate. No, they crossbreed is used for other animals. I'm trying to get the right word. They come together from different groups to have something. So I think at this point we should just look at it, and federal government should stop giving excuses. If they are foreigners, then chase them out. How will you have a house that you've built and then foreigners will be coming into the house and then you are running away from the house? It shows that you are not secure. It shows that you failed to protect your own assets. So I think at this point, there's no excuse, and I'm tired of all these excuses. They are foreigners, they are this, they are that.
Thank you so much, Mano. I just wanted to hear thoughts on that. Okay, let's get into it. The first one, before we get into Nigeria's politics, I saw this one and I was like, do you have a home issue, a housing issue in Nigeria? This one is from the Daily Trust. Concerns grow as Lagos residents sleep on rail tracks. Now, this is not a new phenomenon. This is for as long as I can remember that people have been sleeping, on the streets. From the former presidential candidate of the Koa party, Professor Remi Shonaya, had expressed concern over the situation. She said she was taking the train to Ibadan for the first time, boarding at Agege, and her excitement was dampened by the sight that greeted passengers as they approached the train, which was people sleeping on some of the tracks. Now, what was actually interesting to note was that those people on the tracks were not even bothered that, oh, trains were coming. It's like, look, the train better run over me or something than than me still looking for a place to stay. And the people that were on the street were not even just older people. They were like young girls, young boys, children and their parents, older people who have been there. So I don't know what exactly is going on. Somebody had argued that blaming the government for every societal problem reflects laziness and a lack of accountability. What would you say? Because I mean, we know that it's the amount of people that we see sleeping on the streets, homeless people, is getting higher and higher every day. But what would you say could be the solution to this problem that we have?
The development of a city without putting housing into perspective is what has brought Lagos to this state. Don't forget that Lagos was once the capital of Nigeria. And due to being the capital of Nigeria, majority of business transacts in Lagos. And this gives rise to the rapid development that Lagos experienced, being a port city and also being the center of trade. But over the years, what has happened is the fact that the housing demand in Lagos has not met with the level of people coming in. Now we have a whole lot of deficits when it comes to housing in Lagos. I think we can look at the data and say we have about 2.5 to about 3 million deficits when it comes to units of housing in Lagos. And you look at the number of people in Lagos. Lagos population is estimated to be over 20 million. And housing has not kept up with this population. Now, another thing is the fact that you have money, but you don't have money to get a house. I think most Lagosians will relate with this based on the inflated figures that house rent now goes for in Lagos. Based on demolition, don't forget the other day, Makoko community demolition occurred. What was the government's plan to take those whose houses were demolished, who are living not in the urban center, but we call it the low, I'm trying to be careful with my words, but let's just use the rural community who cannot even afford the basic necessity of life, who are just surviving based on their job and duty as fishermen. What happens to them? A lot of houses were demolished the other day. I'm just trying to paint a picture for you to see where this issue of housing comes in and how we've not been helping ourselves. And then it is not only on rail track. Go to Oshodi under bridge. Go there very early in the morning or late at night. Go to Ajah under bridge. These people have made it a home because they have no home to go to. These are boys, some of them who are taking drugs, some of them who are just hustling. They make the little change they have in a day and they know where to rest their head. And I think for successive governments in Lagos State, tackling the housing deficit has been a huge problem. Because no matter what the number of arrests they keep making, these people seems to go back there. Don't forget that the new coastal road that was built the other day, Tokunbo Wahab and his task force group were on that route clearing people who started building shanties on that corridor. Just imagine, when did we build the coastal road that shanties started developing and people started doing all those things? I think it boils down to the fact that Lagos has developed, and people are coming to seek greener pasture in Lagos. But as we know the grass sometimes is not always greener on the other side. For some, they came to Lagos, they've made it. For others, they came, they've not made it. Time and chance happening to everybody. But the truth now is, for boys who are coming into Lagos, some of them, they don't even have skills to meet up with the demand of the kind of jobs in Lagos. For others, they are not even coming to work. They just believe that being tout in places like Ondo and O is not as lucrative as being tout in Lagos. That's why when your car gets spoiled on Third Mainland or any other places in Lagos, just know that you will pay Owo Omo Nile. Where are these boys staying? Boys that just come from under bridge and all, and they claim rights to those who are working. I think the menace of this in Lagos has been a very, very huge problem that we need to work on. Around November 2025, it was reported that part of the signage and all that on the Lagos Abeokuta rail track around Agege was vandalized. These are critical infrastructure that people ought not to be meddling with. But the truth is, we still allow this. This still happens based on the fact that people don't have a place to stay. See, once you have shelter, part of your problem is solved. Let's say 50% of your problem is solved. But the demand of housing in Lagos has not keep up with the population. The population is growing faster, while housing demand, as housing deficit is also growing faster. And until we tackle this, I don't think we can stop all these boys sleeping. See, they've made a lot of arrests. You see them arresting people. See, what even surprised me was the Okpebi Maryland Link Bridge the other day that has not been commissioned. People were already living under it.
My.
And the day Tokunbo Wahab visited, he was angry. They've not even commissioned it. And you know the funniest thing? Some people will now come and they'll be selling portion of land to people who want to squat under this bridge.
You say?
People sell. See, for you to drop your wares in Lagos, you see all those women that sell by the roadside.
Yeah.
And that occupy walkways in Lagos where people ought to be walking through and people have to walk on the main road. You can't drop your wares there unless you pay. Go and ask them in Oshodi. You pay. So the informal taxation system in Lagos has also given rise to this. It's a whole lot, and you need to understand how that word works. Because government needs to find a way to curb this, because it is going, the rate at which is going, it is very, very high. I'm just telling you places you will go to. I've given you an example of Oshodi.
Yeah.
Under bridge bus terminal, go to Obalende. Obalende is being cleared now because a private company is trying to modernize that area. They've cleared Obalende. Obalende has other bridges refused to clear.
Yes. Yeah.
They clear, they arrest. After 3 months releasing these people go back there. Because we don't have a society that reforms.
That's a good point.
Correctional facility ought to be to correct, but people go in there and become worse. That's why we don't call it prison service, we call it correctional service. It ought to be a place where you correct people who have done wrong in society, but nothing is happening. People go in there and become worse. So the government is trying on its own part, because most times we put the blame at the doorsteps of the government. But I think it is very hard for them to keep up, because by the time they leave, let's say they leave Agege now, having arrested all those sleeping on the rail tracks and all, and then they go to Oshodi. By the time they are done in Oshodi, moving towards Yanakpaja, don't worry, people will have returned to that Agege.
Yeah.
So it's just like you are going in circle, and they need to provide a solution to stop this. It's so sad, but that's the reality of Lagos. That's why people get attacked. That's why in traffic sometimes you feel you are not safe. Go to Ikeja. It is these boys, they are homeless. Some of them are on drugs. There are areas you can't even pass at night. That is it. And where do these boys? They don't have a home address you can trace them to. They don't have anywhere, no family. Some of them, their families have even abandoned. Some of them, they've run away from home. So it is actually very, very sad that we are finding ourselves in this situation. They are not even afraid if a train runs on them. They just stay there. Don't forget, before we're able to curb the menace of traders selling on racetrack at Oshodi, it took us building a fence. Then I've witnessed it, that chain will be coming, and then those women selling pepper and they don't even care. They just shift it a bit, and then you see, and I'm like, you don't even care for your life or anything.
Yeah.
And then when you calculate the total amount of the way they are displaying, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and they are risking. It took a lot. Task force will go there on Monday, clear on Monday. Tuesday evening, the place is populated again. Task force will go again, clear, they will come back. Until a solution. See, that's why I said that you need to prefer a solution before you take an action.
True.
Because for every action, there will be a reaction. So when you prefer solution to this, like the way they've been able to stop the racetrack in Oshodi from stop people from selling on the racetrack in Oshodi a bit, they need to put all this into place. Don't just start clearing these boys. They will go back if you don't put all the necessary things in place. So it's sad. We can only hope that the Nigerian Railway Commission and the Lagos State government will work together to ensure that the rail track is free, because from there vandalization will start. And it is these boys, because they pick something that is worth 500,000, they go and sell it for 10,000 naira. Travel on this long bridge that links Opik and Wawa Areku axis. If you are traveling, look at the street light that was fixed when that road was done. They've started removing all the poles. Ask them how much they sold that pole. Maybe 2,000. They go and sell it as Bola. Homeless people building shanties up and down. That's where you see the development of, anywhere you are seeing critical infrastructure missing, look no further, 5 or 3 kilometers from that axis, you see a shanty that has been built by people who you can't link to a family and are hopeless. Look at the number of trailers, trucks coming into Lagos, bringing in people. And I ask, what are they coming to do?
Lagos is the land of dreamers. It's the land to make it.
See, to some people, Lagos is Goshen.
Yeah.
To other people, Lagos is Egypt. You need to understand where you fit in to be able to survive. They say, come to Lagos, come to Lagos. You see people who have left Lagos to other towns to succeed. The demand in the population growth in Lagos is not growing. Housing is not growing alongside the population. And those that sleep on this track are people who are below the pyramid. So it's sad, but I can only hope we have a solution to this in the long run. But I can tell you, in the next 4 to 5 years, there's not going to be any solution, because to create a solution that will solve this problem, it has to be a long-term solution.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you for that. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917. You can listen to us on the go as well, www.wfm917.com. And now our phone lines are open. Before we slide into the next headline, I feel like I want to even merge the second and third headline together. But yeah, phone lines 07000 917 917 or 9155 917 917. You can call our toll-free line 0800 1235 917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 8155 917 917 or 0703 1756 537. Before I take these messages, because these messages are linking to the next one. Okay, let me just take them. Morning to you in the studio. The vote will continue to drop in Nigeria because citizens have no trust in the electoral process. Just because some people always say vote does not count. And let me tell you, vote is counting. If vote did not count, politicians will not campaign and even buy votes during the election. People that say it's APC versus Nigeria, I laugh at them because the people that voted for APC in Abuja and Kano, including Rested, are they not Nigerians? Opposition are not serious up till now. ADC did not have manifesto, and APC is trying on infrastructure, and also the economy is improving. My advice to opposition leaders is that they should go and enroll in political university. But they learn Lagos, huh? You cannot win election on radio or on social media, says additional Wasiu in the corridor. Olushagajai says if ADC, PDP, LP are not ready to present a formidable opposition based on ideology, every one of them wants to grab executive power, go back to the grassroots, take back the villages, towns, cities, get more reps, senators, and gradually take over in true democratic fashion. That thank you so much for your message. Now let's move to this one. The by-elections happened in the FCT, Kano, and Rivers states. And APC, it was a sweeping win for APC. And of course, people have different opinions about this. There was something that the president said in to Wiki, and he was like, "Oh, thank you so much. You know, like this is work that APC is doing." And I was confused because isn't Wiki a PDP card carrying member? But I'll put that one to rest first. That will be my next question. Emmanuel, what does this bode for elections come 2027? If like at least we didn't hear of any, I didn't see any news of, except for I think the people that they said were vote buying the 70 million naira that was recovered. But in all other states, there seems to be peace. Is it because APC won in all the states, or APC winning all the states? Does it mean that APC is really, really working, or are there other things that are at work or at play here?
See, the only thing at play is Nigerians are not ready to be involved in electoral process. And that has been my cry. I've said that the low turnout of voters is to the enjoyment of politicians who are happy to win elections. That has been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And until Nigerians understand that they don't want you to vote, that's why they put all this, they do all this hanky-panky game. What I saw on Saturday with the area council election in the FCT is the fact that Nigerians are not ready. Not only Nigerians are not ready, the opposition, the ADC or whatever it is at this point, they are not ready. Number one, I made a complaint to a friend who asked me for my honest opinion. And I said, what I see in Abuja election, I see a chance for ADC to stake claim and to let Nigeria know that they are here. But I've not seen the willpower from the leaders of the ADC, except for a certain Peter Obi. Until Peter Obi joined the campaign, Rotimi Amechi went to one market. You see, their campaign was so much in disarray that Obi will campaign on Monday, Amechi will go Tuesday morning, Obi will go Tuesday afternoon. As if they were running a timetable, just like medical doctors who are working around the clock in the hospital. And then after Jumat, Atiku Abubakar also went to sit down and say they are campaigning and see, for them to take back the government, if they want the government, they have to be proactive. They have to sing in one voice. Election was going on. Bolaji Abdullahi, that is very outspoken, the publicity secretary of ADC, released just a statement and went to sleep. When APC were giving us back to back, I just saw a bit of unseriousness with this election that took place over the weekend in Abuja. I don't know whether they have a grand plan for 2027, but I'm not a prophet. But I have a feeling that even a faction is going to leave that ADC. Don't forget that Peter Obi has his Labour Party back, because the court has favored Usman's led caretaker committee, which is Obi's caretaker committee with Darlington, Wokocha and co. Obi didn't resign membership of the Labour Party, just said they belong to the coalition.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing his own smart game. Because I just see people that just want to be on ballots and they are not trying to do the work. Even the PDP, despite it being in a state of coma with all the fight and all, the grassroots structure for PDP still somehow standing. I think this election should just be a reflection for the ADC to go back and go and think if they want to be opposition or they want to be issuing press statement on social media.
Hold on 30 minutes, please. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Miss Summer.
This is a wrong number. This is not. Okay, go ahead.
So it boils down to the fact that they have to be certain that they want to be opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Opposition is not press statement and inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
Opposition is you doing the work, sitting down to tackle the government, to look at government policies and all, and ensure that it is for the citizen. But I keep saying that I've not really seen this with the opposition. I think I've only seen one opposition, which has been Peter Obi.
Please give us a second. We have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, I think that was the same call. This is this is Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, right? So when you're calling Women Radio. Please make sure to see the number that you are calling. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Remember,
Hello, good morning.
good morning, my people. Good morning. From where is Rose?
Rose is she's around. She's just not available for now for this morning.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Amanda. Thank you. God bless you. I've been listening to you and I agree with all you have said. So, you see, it's really what the government is saying is true. And what you also say, I don't know what they're doing. Foreigners, even in this Lagos, most of these people that you see riding this Okada, they are foreigners. If you mistakenly something happens to one day, they nearly broke my side mirror and they zoom off. If you mistakenly own anyone, all of them will gather to fight you. I think they're entering from where our police and the custom, the border where they enter. I think people are there. What is really happening? And they don't govern these bandits and everything. And that people are going to negotiate with them. If we say many of them through, we are putting us. It can't happen in other countries. On this certain of issue, I can say with Nigerians, I don't know why we tell they are. I said they have here I'm living now. I enter with 50 naira. 50 naira. Well, one room was 50, so one was 20 naira, 25, 30 naira. That's 89. We did the same thing. Flat that one was 70, 50. We did the same house now. 2 bedroom first one by 2 million, 2.5 million. Government had their own blame. We ourselves have our own. Is it supposed to be for us now? Somebody will tell me to make 11,000 naira. Is it justified, Emmanuel? And there's a few many people on that beach. So I think in those days, then you see some secondary school. Some of you can team together and rent for one. That's how we started. I said, well, we can do that now. The room in my place now, over here is 25,000, 50,000. You know how much you are going to get. Where is the work? Then why would you keep on selling under the bridge? So that's why we don't love our country, we don't love our country. Government have their own bills, and we ourselves have our own. And God is watching us. And parents also have their own things. We all train our children. When our children be in the bad, imagine your children are not there, my children are there. If we all train our children, they will not be that. Send our children to school. Or some parents give back to children, they don't want us to send them to school. And they become nuisance to others. And God will hold them accountable. And as they train your children, you all train your children, you not let all those bad boys. Opposition has rightly said, by now we don't know where Obi stands. If you know that people win the election, say they win. Where can we so be? That's the position now. The election is almost less than a year. No grant to rightly say. And in some of us that call ourselves, we don't want to belong to political party. How many of us are into any political party? They just start. Or did the Bible say we should not join them? So we allow area boys, those who don't have care, know. And when they make law, we have to Bible. In money like you, we political party belong to me. I'm not even certain. How many of us belong to political party? If you love, we belong to big political party. If you belong to the left, belong to the let us all belong. And be so that sometimes we come, when of us will be in leader, we change the concept, and when the righteous on the throne, people will judge. If you all can do the right thing, Nigeria will not be here. I keep on saying, we're not doing the right thing. Now we all are fasting. What are we fasting for? After for the good, we see continue our corruption, our testing, our evil. God will help us. So always do. Nigeria was none of this. It's not going to be. Only one difference is the letter of Jesus. God bless you, God. And Nigeria will be patient. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for calling. Yes, Emmanuel, over to you.
So basically, when Nigerians are ready for a change, they would actually come out to vote and ensure that the vote is counted. Now, you see a polling unit that has over 1,000 people that register, are seeing less than 100 come out to vote. It just showed me something that we are not just ready for the what was it called? For the new Nigeria we all clamor for. Faith without action is dead. My problem in Nigeria is the fact that we have faith. Faith is good.
We do.
Faith is very important.
We do.
We have faith. Oh, Nigeria is going to be better. Nigeria is going to be better. Nigeria is going to be this. But I don't want to sound, I don't know. But even the Bible says you need to add to your faith virtue. That virtue is missing because we don't have it. The only thing we have is faith. We pray on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for Nigeria, but we lack virtue. Just imagine we add virtue to our faith. And after virtue, it says add knowledge. Most Nigerians lack knowledge of how the things in their country works. See, these things are laid down principles that if we follow it, definitely we have a change in Nigeria. The only thing we carry is, oh, we have faith that Nigeria is going to work. But where's our virtue? Where's our knowledge? Where's our godliness? We don't have that. Who will have even thought of it that during Lent and Ramadan period, that elections there will be vote buying? Who are those collecting the money? Are they not people even fasting? Who are those giving the money? I don't know if people even fasting. So when I say these things, people sometimes feel like, oh, maybe Emmanuel speaks too hard. No, it's not too hard. It's just that you look at it and then you look at the way we've matched everything together and then there is no progress. And people keep saying, see, when people are telling me Nigeria is bad, Tinubu is not doing well, this is not doing that, I ask them, last election, did you vote? If you don't vote in the last election, then you keep quiet. Now, some people are saying, oh, APC won the Amak area council in Abuja, and I ask them, did you vote? If you did vote, then you have a right to talk. During election days now, let it come to 2027 election. You see young boys whose future will be determined in the next 4 years playing football on the streets. Why won't they sleep under the bridge later?
Oh, Emmanuel.
No. You see young men who are agile, who should be there, saying that, oh, election is taking place. These are candidates. We are saying no to him. We are saying no to vote buying. How many people come to Pune Center to buy votes? Just about 2-3 people. But the young men, where are they? In their time of strength, they are playing ball. Some are at home, watching movie, Netflixing and chilling. And then election will be over. They will be saying, oh, they rig, and they become ex-warriors, keypad warriors, fighting online, but not doing anything physically. When the time matters, where were they? So it's just the reality of our society and the fact that we've abandoned the basics to chase what is not the basics. And then if you don't get the foundation right, nobody builds a house and put the foundation on top. You lay your foundation and then you start building the house on it. What the election in Abuja has taught us is Tinubu is more ready than all these our opposition leaders. The day Tinubu was sworn, he has been planning for 2027.
Hmm.
And I saw someone, Isaac Fayoshe, saying that nothing can stop Tinubu, though Isaac Fayoshe is in opposition, from winning this 2027 election. I read Dele Momodu was saying that they should also remember the God factor. No, see, the God factor is always there, and I'm someone that have seen God at work. But the truth is, if Tinubu works, God says, I will bless the work of your hand. And I say, faith to that work is dead. If he's working to ensure that he has a 2027 election, then what are they doing in opposition? Dele Mahmoud is in opposition. What are they doing? Why are they putting the God factor when they should be working? What did they do for AMAC election? What did they do for FCT council election? I mean. So he came and then was saying they should put. I just laughed when I saw. I'm like, when people who ought to be opposition are saying people should remember the God factor.
Was
you
remaining.
better remember the God factor, true. Because they are looking at that, they're saying like, oh, okay, it's as if this is beyond our power. And what is happening? The fact that some are saying in opposition, give it to the south. One is saying no, give it to the north. One is saying there's not going to be any zoning process. It's a whole lot. They don't even have their house in order. So if Tinubu comes and win the election, I won't be surprised because he's been working. He's been working for it. I've not seen workings from the opposition. Atiku could not bring his own governor, someone he supported against Binani about 2.5 years ago, into the ADC. Binani is one leg in the ADC, one leg out, because APC are trying to woo her back based on the fact that she has the voters. APC took over Kano. They've been working on it. Bala Mohammed and Sheyi Makinde are fighting for PDP.
Please give me a second. We have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello.
This is Obi.
Hi, Obi. Good
Can you
morning.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, it's Obi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
So I listened to the discussion on Tuesday last week.
Yes.
Tuesday last week, and I noticed how callers or listeners we are shouting at the guests. Now I have to say the guest on Tuesday. That's when Mr. Bayomi strike. We can keep with today's guest, Mr. Emmanuel. I have seen that this Emmanuel is a radio and analyst. So I don't know why the other guy is coming on there to the that's the question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Obi, for your comment. So, Iman, if you do not understand what he said, last week we had a showdown basically on Tuesday last week between our analyst and some of the callers, and Obi had called to complain that every time Adeyemi comes, he feels like he's biased, an APC person, and at the end, Rose and myself said, look, we have a various number of analysts who come in every day. So he's saying that, he prefers when you come, that we should figure out what to do. But again, like we always say, we have varied opinions, are varied, thoughts are varied. And the way you don't align with Adeyemi, some other people align with Adeyemi. So we try to make sure that it's a buffet of opinions and analysis. Thank you for your comments. Yes, Emmanuel. Before you go ahead, Emmanuel, this is 19 minutes after 8 and you're switching to Women Radio 91.7. Emmanuel, how is it possible that APC will win an election in a state, or in the capital, where the FCT minister, is a PDP card carrying member? I kind of I'm looking forward to your response. I kind of know what you might say, or I might be wrong, but is this not? Because when I saw this morning, I said, no. Are we in a simulation? Is Nigeria real? Because this is really, 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 it's very interesting. That's all I can say. Please go ahead.
For me, if you work for me and you don't believe in my ideology,
Mm-hmm.
there are two things that I need from you. I need results from you. The result keeps your job.
Mm-hmm.
Wike was brought in to do something. Tinubu did not win FCT election. Buhari did not win FCT election. Buhari even lost polling units in Aso Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So Wike was brought in to come and mastermind the abracadabra that will give APC, what was it called? The victory. And he has done his job. The next job is to ensure that APC also wins Abuja when it comes to 2027 election. That's what he was brought in. We said we know it from day one. As
This
been
is
saying
regardless of whether he's a PDP card carry member. And
we
he's not
see,
a card carry member. He's a
no.
prominent figure.
Wike carries PDP card, but Wike is the one is slaughtering PDP. All the issues surrounding PDP started from where? From the division.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that on this platform that, see, external factors don't keep political party, internal factors does.
Yeah.
The self-exposure of PDP started from where? G5. Wike losing the premise. PDP were on track to take over from, what's it called? Muhammadu Buhari's government. They had everything working for them. Wike thought he was the anointed. But just like Samuel failed to anoint David's elder brother, Wike didn't get the anointing. Atiku bought the anointing through Tambua. And then he got it. Wike begged to be vice president. Atiku didn't give him the slot. Wike make demands again that Ayu must go. They must do this. They didn't allow him. He got bitter, started working with the APC. He gave APC what he promised them. APC rewarded him. And he's there. He gave APC what they wanted. They rewarded him and he's there today. So we cannot say that he has not done what he ought to do. He's in PDP, but he's PDAPC or APPDP.
That's the coalition.
That's his job. Yeah, you look at it. He wanted to impeach his own PDP governor back then. Fubara had to run to APC and say, have mercy on me. Oh. They want to remove me. I've come to APC. Oh, you people should cover me. Oh. If he was in PDP, will he be running after impeaching, what was it called? PDP today don't have convention. All they have is court cases up and down. No national working court. Even they had, and it is also somehow dicey. But I think Wike is just a PDAPC member, and then his job is to ensure that APC wins. Why PDP? His own people, they are in PDP, they win. Now, we don't even know the authentic PDP group that can sign your form, and then they will be like, oh, this is the governorship candidate. A whole lot is happening in PDP. And that's why PDP sounds more like a political burial ground for anybody that picks the form now. They just need to ensure that court cases, we are waiting for the appeal court to rule on the matter before it. Whether appeal court will now wake up and say, okay, the Turaki-led group now are now the bona fide owners of PDP. And then you see Seyi Makinde and Bala are taking charge. But as it is right now, if you are a politician, there are only some parties can go to APC, which you are safe. There's no court case, or you try as much as possible and go to ADC or any other political party. So that's just the problem we are having. So Wike is delivering on the mandate. Wike is in PDP, singing on your mandate. Who are those that sings on the mandate? He's singing on the mandate. He's dancing. He's launching renewed hope campaign. Who does that? And because the PDP is now a shadow of itself, PDP cannot even expel. Okay, they don't even have a national worker. I've forgotten. Please pardon me. I thought they had a group that can expel.
So I'm wondering, like, expel as because I last year it was a case of they had suspended Wike and his group, and then
the people that suspended Wike and the group, the court now ruled that they are not the bona fide member. That Wike's boys are not the bona fide. Those ones went to appeal court. That appeal court rule for us. So maybe if appeal court rules for them again, they will now suspend Wike. Okay, re-suspend Wike. So just enjoy the Fujias of commotion and the comedy that PDP is giving us, and basket Mountain cannot even offer us in Nigeria.
Oh dear. Let's take these messages before we go. Mr. Emmanuel, leave that in. The fact that even if the citizens vote, counts, of which I know it hardly counts, has there not been snatching of ballot boxes? Have we, the citizens, not been threatening to vote a particular part? So what has been done to that? Don't you know that alone can discourage people to vote? The fact is, Nigeria is a country that anything goes. That's Hayford Osage from Eju. This is to your point of, if you don't vote, don't say anything about the government, that we should just all go out to vote. Next up, we have this one from Evangelist Shegun Oyedeji. She says, Happy New Week for me. Take your rose. Oh, yes. So I'm collecting my rose this morning. Rose is not here. So nobody's sharing anything with me. Emmanuel, nowhere is safe in Nigeria because the governments, local, states, federal, are not proactive at all to tackle insecurity. Even the armed forces and border agents are all benefiting from the confusion and the carnage. The miscreants have taken over everywhere, drugs sold everywhere and consumed all over. Above all, we are all wicked, greedy, and godless. Religions weaponized to victimize. For me, Lent, Ramadan is going together, yet crimes are escalating. I beg you, we're not ready for a change. Thank you so much for your messages this morning. I mean, all the messages have really, really echoed or re-echoed what Emmanuel, our analyst this morning, has been saying. We are done with the daily news review this morning. I don't even know how to even round this up because the issues are really, really in our faces, and hopefully at some point we find Nigeria becomes better. Maybe in my lifetime. I don't know if it will be in my lifetime or in the next one, but we should just continue to pray for Nigeria and work toward a better Nigeria, because Emmanuel has said, and which I quite agree with, it's not only about prayer. God will only bless the work of your hand. So what are you doing with your hand? Anyway, Emmanuel, as always, it's a pleasure to always have you here with us. Rightly divide what is going on with Nigeria and speak to it. We thank you so much. 9 o'clock is the news. 9:05 is her lens. Do stick around with us. We have quite a great things in store for you. Again, to our Lent and Ramadan faithfuls, we hope and pray that God will continue to give you strength to fast in the season. All right. With that being said, it's a beautiful, wonderful morning. My name is Femi Bangbala. Many thanks to Michael, Miriam for producing me this morning. Do have a lovely day.